Good morning, everyone. What an honor it is to be here today in council chambers in Sacramento with the mayor and so many wonderful partners and leaders here in the city. Today is an exciting day. It's an exciting day for Sacramento. It's an exciting day for California Volunteers and the governor. My name is Josh Fryday. I'm the Chief Service Officer with California Volunteers. And today we get to announce the kickoff of the California Youth Jobs Corps here in Sacramento. Coming out of the pandemic, Governor Newsom and California Volunteers and the city of Sacramento knew that we had to create opportunities for our young people, opportunities to pursue a career, to launch a career that was filled with meaning and with purpose and with dignity. And with the mayor's guidance and support, we were able to design a program that offered our young people, especially our young people who too often are left out of opportunities to pursue a career in public service, to launch a new career, to give them the opportunity to do something special. And so today, California Volunteers and the mayor were so proud to announce an investment of $6.9 million into the city of Sacramento to hire young people with the Youth Jobs Corps program. And this is a program that's going to employ up to 600 young people here in Sacramento. And we're very intentional about trying to employ young people that either are low income or are transitioning foster youth or have experience in the justice system or the mental health system. And the reason we're doing that is because we want to send a very clear message. And the message is this: we value you. We believe that you have something incredibly important to contribute to our society, and we need you, which is why these young people are going to be doing such incredible work for this community, such incredible work around important issues like climate change with really incredible partners like Green Tech and Sierra Service Project and the Sacramento Tree Foundation. We know that if we're going to tackle our biggest problems in society, climate change being among the top of our existential threats, that we need to mobilize and empower our young people to be part of the solution. And the Youth Jobs Corps gives them the opportunity to do that by not just receiving a competitive and living wage, but receiving wraparound services and training as they go through the program, real world experience. And they're going to be contributing in such a meaningful way to this community here in Sacramento. And the 600 Youth Jobs Corps members are going to be joining an impressive cadre of other service members here in Sacramento as well, which include our AmeriCorps program, Sacramento City Year, and many others. It also includes the brand new College Corps program, where we're providing debt-free pathways to students here in Sacramento who commit to a year of service, including at Sac City College and Sacramento State. And just to put this in context, in a statewide context of what's happening here in Sacramento and how it fits into what we're doing across the state. This Youth Jobs Corps investment that we're announcing today and kicking off is $6.9 million as part of a $185 million investment that we've made statewide to provide these similar opportunities around the state. And when we add up the Youth Jobs Corps and our College Corps program and our Climate Corps and all of our other service programs, here in California, we have a volunteer corps bigger than the entire Peace Corps. And that's something we should be very proud of. It's part of a big vision that the governor has for empowering the next generation of our leaders to be part of the solution and have a chance to work together. So we're so proud to stand here today with the mayor. We're so proud to stand here with our many partners at this city who are making this program possible. And we're so proud to be kicking off a truly special program for the state and hopefully for the city of Sacramento. Right before I get a chance to introduce my good friend, our leader here locally, but also a mentor and someone who was very instrumental in helping design and come up with the vision for this program, our mayor. I just want to share something para nuestras familias que hablan español. Youth Jobs Corps es un programa nuevo que ayudará a los jóvenes de la ciudad de Sacramento a encontrar empleo enfocado en ayudar a la comunidad. El Estado y la ciudad de Sacramento estamos trabajando juntos para crear oportunidades para nuestros jóvenes. Gracias a todos. Please help us spread the word. Tell everyone who can that we want to apply for this program to go to cayouthjobscorps.com today. Help us get the word out. And now I get to introduce our incredible leader and our good friend, Mayor Steinberg. Thank you.
Josh, thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you so much. So You know, the days pass quickly, and sometimes you don't remember every day. But I'll tell you one day I remember in 2022. I will always remember standing with Governor Newsom, or actually I was sitting because I was in the audience, sitting while watching Governor Newsom and Josh Fryday launch the Californians for All workforce program. Not alone, with hundreds of young people in the audience and hundreds more beaming in virtually from all over the state. And I thought then, and I think now about President Kennedy. I think about that great inaugural speech about the torch being passed to a new generation. And I think about the obligation of leaders. And when a governor and a secretary put together this kind of vision with the community, it's not only the torch being passed to a new generation in terms of leadership, it's the torch being passed to untold numbers of young people who are going to benefit because of what you are. Find themselves marginalized or struggling in various ways, and Lord knows we all struggle, that you matter and that we care. And so in Sacramento, we will have 600 a sense of self, a greater sense of self, and also the connection between their experiences in this program and what they might choose to do for the rest of their lives in service to others. And so I'm very grateful to everybody who helped put this together, starting with the governor and Josh, but also here locally, because Sacramento is rich in terms of its nonprofit communities that are on the front line serving young people all the time, with or without this kind of money. Much easier with this kind of resource, but you guys always find ways to do it even when times are tough. So, you know, the Green Technical Education and Employment Group, Simeon, the CEO Service Project, and the Sacramento Tree Foundation, thank you for being pioneers in this state and local movement to say every young person matters and we care. This also would not happen but for an incredible city team and a city staff that, you know, we set the policy, we set the direction, but then they go about actually making it happen. And I want to thank Denise Malvetti, Aubrey Taylor, and Kevin Daniel especially. And let me turn it over to our Assistant City Manager in charge of Economic Development and Workforce, my friend, Michael Jasso. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, good morning. It is indeed exciting. It's nice to see this event happening on a sunny day after a long run of less than sunny days. So once again, I would like to thank the state of California, the governor's administration, specifically Josh Fryday, for providing this opportunity for our youth and young adults this opportunity. I want to thank the mayor and our other elected officials for advocating for Sacramento's future and securing funding for this youth first programming. I also want to thank our selected partners, Green Tech, CEO Service Project, and the Sacramento Tree Foundation for partnering with us and investing in our youth. The city decided to focus this pilot program on climate-related pathways and jobs and employment because it's critical to our city and the state. It's a priority for all of us, and it will help us achieve the goal of achieving carbon neutrality by 2045. I've always said in my role as Economic Development Director for the city, along with Assistant City Manager, that workforce development is not just important to economic development, it's fundamental to economic development. And the more we pursue that, the more that we as a city will succeed and really create a competitive advantage for ourselves as a city. It's critical that we align these training programs with future jobs that offer the promise to lifetime careers. I want to also kind of point out, as the mayor has, and others, that it's also critical that we, the city, don't do this alone, that we partner with our existing community-based organizations in achieving these objectives. It's important to note that this is just the start of this. Next week, we're going to release the NOFA, once again for our climate-related fields, but also food insecurity and COVID recovery. These are not just focused on not-for-profit organizations, these funds, but also government service as well, as we endeavor to develop a sustainable workforce that will serve the city long into the future. The mayor's already thanked our staff within economic development. I just want to re-echo that and really thank Denise, Aubrey, and Kevin for the hard work in bringing us forward. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to our next speaker, Maximilian Rosa, Program Manager for the Sierra Service Project. Thank you.
Thank you all. I'm excited to be here. The most important thing I'm going to say today is a homage and acknowledgement of the native Miwok and Nisenan peoples who have traveled this land and lived off of its bounty, its richness for all of time. After that, I'd like to thank a couple personal relatives, my grandma, my mom, all here. I'd also like to thank the mayor, Mr. Fryday and Mr. Jessup, for all their involvement in this program. I'd also like to bring attention to the fact that Sierra Service Project is doing our program in partnership with the Del Paso Heights Growers Alliance. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my fellow co-directors, Yemenya, Jaina, and Fatima in the back. There's actually a really interesting story of how I came to be a part of this. I was actually working for Sac Tree at the time when Fatima organized a tree planting campaign in North Sacramento. I showed up, wanted to support trees in my neighborhood and my community. And from there, that was also when I met Simeon the first time. So it's a very beautiful thing to be able to see us all here together working on this program to create opportunities for youth. That's really what drives me and has been my motivation for all the work that I've done, is to create opportunities for youth in the community that didn't exist for me when I grew up in North Sacramento. It's important to acknowledge that without us to pave the way, create pathways, create livable, viable, healthy opportunities for people to participate in our economy, in our community, in our networks, and our businesses, they will have to go somewhere else to find it. This program is particularly exciting because it gives us an opportunity to provide those things here. So I also wanted to tell you a little bit about the Del Paso Heights Growers Alliance and Sierra Service Project. The Del Paso Heights Growers Alliance, what we do is we operate 4 community gardens in North Sacramento, hoping to expand that number soon with the support of the city staff and our councilmen. We also envision a world with climate resilient families, healthy communities, and thriving ecosystems. Our motto is cultivating joy, food, and inspiration. And the reason why we say it in that order is because we put people first. Food is a way for us to bond, and when we can bond together over healthy, happy experiences, we can create inspiration for people in the community to learn and share in the bounty with us. Sierra Service Project has been doing service learning experiences predominantly in indigenous tribal communities for the last 45 years. Summer home repair projects, working with tribes, helping people grow and learn from transformative experiences, being able to share in community with, with those around us. So I wanted to tell you also a little bit about our proposal. We are doing a joint program where we are teaching young people how to function as a home energy rating system advisor, to train them to do energy conservation, energy efficiency, and implement energy audits at no cost for residents in our community. With the Del Paso Heights Growers Alliance, they will learn the fundamental skills and techniques to practice urban agriculture and horticulture, and this will all be focused on the concept of supporting entrepreneurship in our young people and creating thriving economic opportunities in our community to benefit our community, reinforcing the circular economy that will place the greatest importance on the young people to come. I'd also like to give a lot of thanks and appreciation to the California Commission on the Status of Women and Girls, the Sac County Office of Education, who supported us, Three Sisters Garden, Sac Food Policy Council, Green Mining Institute, Shift Health Accelerator Fund, California Relief, Sacramento Agroforestry, Urban Wood Rescue Program, which has donated all the wood for our raised bed gardens, and many others who have come out to support us, who have supported us financially, programmatically, and economically. We wouldn't be here without all of you. We are so excited to be able to offer this program to the youth in our community. Thank you all for having us here today. Oh, I didn't know. Simeon, you're up. Simeon Gamp of Green Tech Education.
Thanks, Matt.
Okay, thank you. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Mr. Fryday. And thank you for all of our partners. Green Tech has been in existence since 2008, and we've worked with most of these folks in the community. And Green Tech is all about networking, but I go back to 2006 when at the state legislature they passed Assembly Bill 32, and it is the Global Warming Solution Act. And back then, we were still trying to figure out what a green job is. And so I set out, my team set out to figure out what that really meant. And what we determined is that meant that because of AB 32 and because of the poor health conditions that is being caused by global warming and climate change, we have to do things differently. We have to rebuild our infrastructure. And how are we going to rebuild our infrastructure? Well, it's going to be our young people. It's going to be our young people who are going to be the next generation of builders, utility managers, environmental managers. These are the folks who, and so we have to train them and prepare them for all of this. And so we just want to thank the state. We want to thank the city. We want to thank government to say, look, if you're going to provide us with that support to bring in our young people and teach them how to be the next leaders in the generation and the next workers, then we want to be at the forefront of doing that. And that's what Green Tech has always been about. But we also want to make sure that there's equity involved. We also want to make sure that this gets to young people who have traditionally hadn't had an opportunity to provide these services. A lot of things, when we looked at Green Tech, we're like, well, a lot of these high school students come out of high school with a blank slate on their resume, nothing. Green Tech said, we're going to give them the experience because when they go out into the workforce, what they tell them is, well, you don't have the experience. Someone else is better than you for whatever reason. And Green Tech wants to bring young people in and say, you have the skills and experience and the opportunity to go out there and put in the good work. So that's what it takes, but it also takes the resources to do it. And we want to thank you all for doing that and providing that for us. Thank you.
Jessica Sanders, Sacramento Tree Foundation.
Hi, I would like to just express extreme gratitude to the city, the state, and I'm humbled to be among all of the partners today who do such amazing work in the community. I think a lot of young people are constantly faced with the problem of you can't get a job without experience and you can't get experience without a job. So for this program to really invest in our youth and young adults and be able to provide them an investment not only today but in their long-term future is truly inspirational and amazing that the city and the state is focused on that and that it's allowing partners in the green industry to create green jobs, which we know will be long-term viable in our economy as we continue to decarbonize, as we continue to go carbon neutral. The Tree Foundation focuses on everything from in the urban forest from seed to slab. So we're really focused on the entire life cycle of the tree. And we like to think that we're going to have our youth that are participating focus on that as well, so that their opportunities are more viable because they're not just focused on the trees. They're focused on the people. And how do you communicate that? And how do you work together to create that long-term lasting impact? This program not only focuses on today, but is an inspiration for the future. And, it's our hope that we continue to grow and really allow our youth that capacity, that joy that happens when you find yourself in meaningful work that you are dedicated to. So thank you everyone for this, and thank you to all the partners for all the work you already do, and we're going to continue to move forward. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Jessica. A huge debt of gratitude to everyone who came out today, also all of our partners for launching this exciting program here in Sacramento. Again, please help us get the word out. Tell everyone you can to go to cayouthjobscorps.com or to the city website. Let them know that this opportunity is available for our young people. We want them to take them. We need them to take this opportunity to help us solve these big challenges. And today is just a complete reminder with everyone that spoke today and joined us today that when we partner, when we work together, the state, the city, the community, when we come together, we can provide not just jobs, not just economic opportunity, but we can provide hope. Hope that we can solve these problems, hope in the future, and hope that society can be better when we work together. So thank you for this partnership. Thank you to everybody. And now let's get to work. Appreciate it.